Well, happy Monday, everybody. Mr. Kosal coming at you again, and let's keep going on with Chapter 11. We did area of triangles and parallelograms on Friday, and today we're going to continue working with areas. Like I said on Friday, it's a pretty easy chapter ahead of us, and as always, I'm starting off with the answers for 11.1. I'm going to strongly encourage, I know I say this every single time, but I'm going to strongly encourage that you get your homework out and you just take a few moments and check your answers. It's just going to reinforce the fact that you either A, know what you're doing, or B, you don't know what you're doing, and maybe you need to go back and redo the problems. Maybe you need to get some help. Maybe you need to email me and I can certainly help you out with some problems, or just get a hold of somebody else in your class and have them help you if that's easier for you. But all the answers are provided. Feel free to pause it and check over those answers, but I'm going to go ahead and start my lesson. So go ahead and get your notes out. 11.2 at the very top. The title, it's a bit of a long one. Areas of trapezoids. We're going to do trapezoids today. Rhombi, which that's another name for rhombus, but if you have a bunch of rhombuses, they're called rhombi. I mean, that's the form of it pluralized. You don't say rhombuses. That's actually grammatically not correct. It's rhombi. Trapezoids, rhombi, and kites. So we're doing 3 shapes today, folks. 3 shapes today. So let's go ahead and get started. Trapezoids. Let's start off with the trapezoid. Actually, let's go ahead and lay things out for you. Trapezoid. Let's do rhombus and let's do kite. Let's do this. Let's put rhombus in the middle, and then we'll put kite on the right side. All right. Let's start off with a picture. We need to know what these shapes are. Trapezoid. There's 2 types of trapezoids. I'd like you to draw them both. One of them is called a right trapezoid. This is not a typical trapezoid, but it nonetheless is a trapezoid. That's a trapezoid, folks. Remember, the definition of a trapezoid is when you have it's a quadrilateral with one pair of opposite sides that are parallel. Now, hopefully you can see these are the 2 parallel sides, top and bottom. And obviously these are going to intersect if you continue with them. So that's a trapezoid. Not the most common trapezoid. When people think of a trapezoid, I know certainly when I think of a trapezoid, I think about a shape that looks like this. But they are the exact same thing. They're both trapezoids. Once again, top and the bottom are the parallel lines. Okay, so that's a trapezoid. If we're going to find the area of a trapezoid, fill in the inside of it. And the equation looks like this. It's 1/2 the height, which let's go ahead and draw that in right now. I have markers on the other side of the desk. I don't know why they're over there. Height, once again, is perpendicular to the base. So there's your H. Times base 1 plus base 2. Ladies and gentlemen, you got your first equation for today's notes. Area equals 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. Notice how these 2 bases are completely different. You got the top base and you got the bottom base. They are 2 different sizes. I'm just going to put B1 for the top and we'll put B2 for the bottom. It doesn't matter. I mean, I could have put B2 on the top and I could have put B1 on the bottom. It does not matter. This just means base 1, base 2 to signify that you have 2 different bases. There's your equation for the trapezoid. All right, let's do a rhombus. Rhombus. Oh gosh, what's a rhombus? We forgot what a rhombus is. It's a quadrilateral that has 4 congruent sides. In other words, a diamond. 4 congruent sides. Another quadrilateral that has 4 congruent sides is also a rhombus. Looks like this. Now, a quadrilateral that has 4 congruent sides and 4 right angles It's called a square, everybody. All of you know that. I'm just kind of throwing this at you. But this is a rhombus. This is actually also a rhombus as well. It's got 4 congruent sides. But let's do a rhombus today. If we were going to find the area, if we wanted to fill that shape in on the inside, then here's your formula. Area equals diagonal 1. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Hold on. Slow your roll, Mr. Kosal. Pump the brakes. Area equals 1/2 d1 times d2. d1 and d2 represent the diagonals of the rhombus. So on this picture right above, could you draw the first diagonal from top to bottom? It's called the diagonal. I'm just going to bring a line out and just say that's d1. And then let's go red. Christmas colors, everybody. Here's your other diagonal. d2. So multiply the two diagonals together, take half of that, and bam, you got your area. Once again, it doesn't matter which one's which. This could be d2 and this could be d1. It doesn't matter, folks. Just 1/2 d1 times d2. Last shape of the day is a kite. A kite is a quadrilateral, but it is not a rhombus. It's where you have two adjacent sides that are congruent. Looks like this. I like to get my top going first, and then I like to kind of come down, 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 plop point, and then connect. This is how I make my kites. It seems to work, so that's what I stick with. Here's a kite, folks. It's a quadrilateral, meaning it's a 4-sided shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's a 4-sided shape. It's a quadrilateral where you have two sets of adjacent sides that are congruent. Adjacent means next to, so I'm talking about these two sides. They're next to each other. Those are congruent, and these two sides are also next to each other. These are congruent. This is a kite. Okay, area equation. That's what we're talking about today. The area of a kite. I love this one. I love this one. Because if you love the rhombus equation, the area equals 1/2 d1 times d2, you are going to love the kite area equation. You know why? Because it's the exact same thing. It is the exact same thing, people. Area equals 1/2 d1 times d2. So draw the diagonal. There's d1 or d2. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be different. I'm going to put d2. And then let's draw the other diagonal. That's going to be d1. So 1/2 d1 times d2. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my lesson today. I think we need an example. I think we need an example. Yeah. Let's get started. Example 1.